Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We'll be playing a 5-point match on Backgammon Galaxy today, and I will be explaining my thinking a bit as we go along. So yeah, let's see what happens. See who wants to play. No one apparently. After the match, we can take a look at the stupid computer analysis and see where my blunders are and try to learn something. Always good to learn something. All right, good luck to my opponents. So you do not want to play 13 to 11 here. When your opponent splits with an ace, you really don't want to build her on your 11 point because it makes, it makes 6-3 and 5-4 good for him, which are normally like bad numbers on the other side of the board for him. So it's sort of a common theme in the opening. Like let's say he rolls like a 5-1 and splits, and then you roll a 2-1. A lot of people like play 13 to 11, 24 to 23, but that's actually wrong because you don't actually want the guy on the 11 point there. So I'm not sure about this, or maybe just this. This looks a little funny with the big stack, but I'm trying to escape from the prime here. Right, he should remain split. Just play 13 to 8, or this. Yeah, maybe this is okay. Okie dokie. Now what? Something like this or this. Don't want to run out and leave him a triple shot. I'm not seeing a great hit play. Maybe it's this. That is a funny looking decision. Maybe jump and hit or something. I don't know. Yeah, nothing better than that. Good. Try to get out of there. Hit me there with 6-6 also. 6-2. This looks good. If he misses here, really close to a cube. I come up huge in the race. He's got 3 men pretty badly primed. Yeah, so this should be a cube. Because I have this blot loose, I think take is correct. But the cube, I think, is fairly strong. Like now, I think it's sort of passish. I still have some problems, especially if he leaves this guy here, which I think he should. Yeah, that takes like a lot of pressure off of me. So it's only 6-1 to do this. This seems like a bargain. Assuming I'm looking at this right. Three. Wouldn't mind closing that gap there. Obviously, it creates another gap here, but the 4-point gap could be a big problem. Let's see, what else? See, I'm worried about the 4-point gap staying open. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'm left with some problems clearing the 11 point now. But I thought maybe this was the easiest thing to bring home because it closes the important gap right away. And he's still down in the race, so I mean, he should stay back in some fashion. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I want the 9-point or not. It might be a tough point to clear. If the race was close, I would do it. Let's see, I'm up 17. Yeah. I mean, I regret this if he rolls like 6-6, but I think I get hit less because I don't create this problem point out there. being seven, having a point seven away from the anchor, it's often like a decent thing when well up in the race. It's sort of easy to clear, and you're just going to leave fly shots if you happen to leave a blot there. All right, now he's still down in the race, so well, it's only down 8. Yeah, that's reasonable. I was thinking maybe he should stay back with 1, but maybe there's just not a lot of upside to doing that. So I think he played that correctly. Just sort of disengaging. He catches up in the race, he might get an efficient cube in. And he should be doubling, in non-gammonish positions, he should be doubling a little aggressively. The redouble at 5 away, 5 away. You want to be like, the take point's like a little bit elevated, because losing 2 isn't so bad, but losing 4 is like a disaster. That's how to think about it qualitatively, at least. And you can quantify this stuff with a match equity table, but I mean, you don't want to go through the math. You don't want to go through the math every single 5-point match you play. So I just want to memorize this stuff, at least for short matches. Normally to raise your take points like 22% or something, because you got like recube vig. But at 5 away, 5 away, your take point on the recube is more like 24, 25% on the race. All right, so I'm up 2 zip. So I should be like a little conservative with the cube, especially when there's gammas floating around. 5, 4. Can you just put a guy on the 9? That looks best. Hitting's a play also, because he's so flexible over here. So taking away half his roll is pretty good, but I don't know. I got a stronger board too, though. Huh? Maybe this is a close call. I do like unstacking the heavy midpoint. Just make the 5, I guess. Okay. I don't know now. I mean, at the score, I wouldn't be crazy to cube this. Pretty, very, very easy take, I would say. But he's got a clear edge, and he's down 0-2 and a 5. So, I mean, I might have actually pulled the trigger there. Now what? Well, no double if he enters both. I could pick and pass pretty reasonably. Checker's still sort of alive for making the 2. All right, I like it. If he dances here, it doesn't look like anything anymore. It's too thin. All right, good play by my opponent. Okay, so yeah, I should cube this again. I mean, my position is so bad that I kind of want to pass at the score, but on the other hand, I don't know. I'm up in the race. So for money, seems like this would still be like a decent cube. So maybe that implies this is a pass at the score. Looks a little cowardly, though. I don't know. I'll let it go. I mean, this stuff down here is pretty gross. That could be a take, even at the score. Let's see what the computer says about that afterwards. All right. Normally I bring a guy down because the builders are thin, but he's 4 away, which means I'm extra averse to being gammoned. So maybe this is okay at the score. Yeah, I'm getting smushed anyways. I have to be I have to be like this is like a huge pass now at the score, because I need to be very conservative since he's 4 away. He needs 4 points to win the match, in other words. And I'm losing the match, so I have all this extra incentive to like pass a gammonish position. So that was more like too good or something than a take. I'm saying it's like such a huge pass. Let's look at this, or maybe this is a little inconvenient for him to hit me with an ace out here. But I do like, again, I like unstacking the heavy midpoint. There's only 3 builders here. I don't know. Getting smushed. I guess going here wouldn't have worked either. Huh. It's possible he can just make the 9 point anyways. Interesting. Yeah, I might have done something else, but that's sort of a candidate play. Okay, or this. Again, he should cube this. Yeah, this is not such an easy. I would have taken, I think. Now maybe not though. Yeah, no, I don't like it. The edge is just too big here. Yeah, maybe my border is like a little stronger or something. I don't know. Now I should be quite aggressive. At this score, I should be quite aggressive. I'm wondering about this actually. Yeah, let's try it. Normally I split here, but I'm 3 away. He's 2 away. So if we build up like if I build up like a quick gammonish position, I get to offer the cube very aggressively. So that's sort of what I'm thinking here. And it sort of ups the gammons for both sides, which is sort of a good thing when down in the match. You might be experiencing some internet issues, unfortunately. All right, so down in the match, you'll have you want to sort of err on the side of like mutually gammonish plays because it makes the cube more useful for you and less useful for your opponent. Even though, like, if you calculated the gammon price at the score, the gammon price would be quite high for the opponent. In other words, like gammons are very valuable for him. But the thing is, the cube arguments, at least like in the opening, the cube arguments sort of dominate. In other words, you do want to play down in the match like this. I do kind of want to play like gammon go a little bit because I want to like offer like a quick gammonish cube, and I sort of want to take the cube out of his hand a little bit. Like I start upping the gammons for him, it's sort of unlikely he's going to get a decent cube in. So unfortunately, okay, no, I thought maybe he's having. I thought maybe he was going to just like time out. Alrighty, 4-3. Nothing wrong with making the 5. It looks like the best point available. So maybe this, to stay out of harm's way a little bit, but I do want to split. There's other stuff though. I mean, there's this, there's this. I mean, this is probably better. 6s are somewhat duped here. And I'm not splitting into his attack. Maybe I want to actually try this. It's a little unusual. It's sort of a more normal looking thing, but he can attack me nicely. And he's got this big stack here. Huh. I don't like giving up my 7 though. All right, I am going to try this. Yeah, that'll be interesting to look at with the computer. 3-2. Yeah, now he's pretty happy to hit twice from this big stack here. Although he's got like another reasonable play where he makes the 10 and plays 24-22. In fact, at the score, there's a little bit more argument for playing conservatively for like for instance here, like if the score is reversed, he would have like a strong cube, but there's no way he should cube this since a lot of his wins are gammons, and doubling kills his gammons. Similar here. I can make the 2 here. Yeah. I mean now it might be a pass, but of course he shouldn't double because most of his wins are gammons. Boy. I think I would just play to here. Okay, I got to take again. It might be close to winning if I can just make one more improvement on this side of the board. Yeah. All right, how about 2? and then either 3-4. Really keep him blocked. This takes pressure off the midpoint, though. Yeah, okay, so like this might be enough at the score, even though I'm not like clearly ahead. But it's sort of mutually gammonish still. Yeah, and I think I am. Actually, the more I look at it, the stronger it's looking. Yeah, I would take also. All right, now what? So there's this. He's got good aces. Then he can escape. Great structure on his misses, though, and it's hard for him to escape. Or I do this. It's a little hard to bring this home. I know I'm pretty flexible here also. This one's more gammons. Not leaving any shots right away. Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, so I regret everything now. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I would have probably played the 3 there. Yeah, I might have botched this. Well, this doesn't quite do everything. And it's probably going to leave a blot here. Oh well. At least I can hang back forever waiting for a shot. Since I can't really be gammoned. 3-1. I mean, probably just rip the guy. 6-3 might be a double shot, but I often have to leave the anchor anyways. Same number for him? No. All right, and one more time. Bunch of, oh, ace! Ace! Da! Da! There, it wasn't great. Yeah, I got new life though. If I hit with the ace there, wouldn't be doing too badly in the game. Okay, yeah, very, very well played match. Yeah, well played by my opponent also. So I guess it's going to like the cube action in the last game. Anyways, okay, so let's take a look at the. Oh, you play great. Okay. So let's download this and then XG. Okay, let's go through this. I mean, there was definitely some like unclear stuff there. So it should be at least we should get some interesting stuff. Right, I mean, so I mentioned this during the match. You don't really want to check around the 11 when the guys split with the ace. You see how like 6-3, 5-4 play. Although actually those are yeah, actually no, I guess they I guess I was thinking more like if he rolls 5-1 on the opening roll, that's when you really don't want to check around the 11. Like here 6-3 and 5-4 are actually somewhat duplicated. Although 6-6-4 I'm sort of giving him a good 6-4. But anyways, so I split correctly. 5-4, I run out. 3-2, yeah, there's nothing great here. I mean, I didn't really like doing what I did because it put 6 guys on the 6 points. But I mean, it's thematic in the sense that he's got this prime, right? He's got like this 4 prime. I got like no prime. I'm up in the race a little bit, and I got one man back. So it's sort of a big premium on like trying to escape that guy, you know? So I figured, even though it's ugly, I'll play thematically and try to run. And that the computer seems to agree. Okay, yeah, I thought maybe just 13 to 8 here. I mean, this play isn't crazy because he's like he's trying to actively contain my one back checker. It's just you're giving up sort of a great four prime for it, and you just play 13 to 8. It's not easy for me to play safely now, against the stronger position. Anyways, so 4-1, I get a good number. 6. I don't know what to do here. I mean, apparently the computer thinks 6-4 versus 13-11 is close. I mean, the merit of 6-4 is I've been stacking the heavy 6-point. Right, there's 6 guys on the 6-point. Oh, and it dupes 3s a little bit, right? 3s to hit here, 3s to hit here. Yeah, I didn't see that. My play is probably slightly fewer shots, and fewer like double hit stuff. So computer thinks the factor is pretty close. 3-2, he goes after me. 1-1, 2-1. Yeah, I'm winning, but don't have a cube yet. Now I escape. Yeah, and then double take seems pretty good. I thought maybe this would be a stronger double at the time, but the fact that it's hard to get this guy. The computer doesn't even like doubling on appeal. But the fact that it's hard to get this guy safe maybe means it's a very easy take. Oh, and then I thought maybe I should like leave this guy here next roll. Okay, it's fairly close. Yeah, I mean, he's a little worried about getting hit here. True, he doesn't want to really be hit here. But it's not so bad. And he puts pressure on these stripped points by leaving it there. It's not so bad because he's down in the race so much, right? So he's already down 40 pips or 30 pips after the roll. So getting hit, losing another 9 pips isn't really going to hurt him in many races. Meanwhile, he's going to hit me more often if he just leaves this guy here. 3-2, okay. 3-3. Yeah, this was a tough play, I thought. All right, it's not crazy to do something else. I thought maybe the key was to fill in this 4-point gap, which sort of seems like the most important gap to fill in. Like if the 7-point stays open, it's no big deal. But if say I do this and the 4-point stays open, that's going to lead to like shots down the line. And actually, this leaves 2 immediate shots also. I thought maybe there was a play that didn't leave any shots. Yeah, I guess I was looking at not this. Oh, I guess I was looking at this play. But the builders for the 4 are bad. That's the problem. So it might be worth 2 shots to like get an extra builder for the 4 if you don't fill in the gap. Anyways, okay, so he correctly stays back. Yeah, I don't want to make the 9-point here, although it looks like it's going to be fairly close. I didn't like it because it leaves a couple shots. No, it's only 1 shot, actually. It's only 4-4. But it might be difficult to clear the 9 points safely in the future. This would be the play if the race was close. If the race was closer, there's more incentive to block. In fact, we can test that. But here, I'm just trying to come home safe. I'm mostly just trying to come home safely since I'm up 17 in the race. So that's why I avoid making the 9. And do something like this, which doesn't block, but it probably gets hit less long term. But let's take a look at one variant, just for edification. Like, let's say the race is like a little closer. We can even make his board like a little stronger. Okay, so now I'm only up 12 pips after the roll. So the block is like a little more effective. Like it's more important to block 6s now. So I think making the 9 is going to be correct here. Let's see what the computer thinks. Yeah, although it's still fairly close, but you can see the equities changed a little bit because the block goes up in value the closer the race is. Okay, so let's go back to the match. Okie dokie. Well, there's the 1-1. I'm just trying to come home safely. And I think I mostly am able to do it. 6-5. Yeah, everything is sort of clear. And then he runs correctly, I think. Good. Some argument for leaving a guy back, maybe, but gives me some like decent hit options like 3-3, 1-2, stuff like that. I do have one blot number 6-6, but it's not worth it. And the race is close enough. But yeah, I guess I just roll well and blow him away in this game. Okay. Second game. Yeah, 5-2. Okay, so it thinks there is enough argument for hitting. It's fairly close. But you can see, like, okay, the arguments for hitting are like, okay, I have the stronger board, and he's like extremely flexible here. Like he's really ready to build a point. Um, so taking away half his roll is sort of worth a lot. If he was like a little less flexible, you'd have like less incentive to hit with the 5. Um, so I did see this play, but I didn't think there was like quite enough argument given that the 5 plays productively 13-8, but the computer thinks that it adds up to just enough, which I can totally buy. And then you have 4-1. And this is a close call. I mean, sometimes the computer wants to not be on the point where white wants to attack. Like it's a little inconvenient for him to hit me off the 22. It's a little more convenient for him to hit me off the 21. So that's why the computer plays 13-8 instead of my play 9 and 21, but it's fairly close. 8. Okay, so he does go after me, and you can see it's like it is correct for him to go after me there. And then he should double. I mean, he wouldn't double this for money probably, but because he's down 0-2, computer wants to cube at the score. And even now, even though it's sort of a bigger take now, computer still wants to cube this. So you can see sort of the effect of the score. This is how like aggressive he should be at like 5 away, 3 away. In other words, he needs 5 points to win the match. I need 3 points to win the match. It's only relevant, I think, because it's fairly gammonish. So that's the only reason why I should be like a little aggressive at this score. Anyways, he dances. I start making progress. Don't have a cube, obviously. And then, okay, that's a pretty big pass. Yeah, I was a little unclear about this pass, actually. I mean, I knew it was sort of a cube due to the score, but I thought, okay, I'm up in the race, not getting blown away very much. But positionally, my position's like pretty bad, right? I mean, I got like kind of these dead checkers down here. So it's pretty sick. I mean, owning the ace point in particular when you're getting blitzed is worse than it looks. Because like the reason is you want to be, if you get lucky and hit a shot, you want to be like winning in that case. The fact that I have like these guys down here and he's got like a good nice anchor means if I hit him, I'm not like necessarily winning, at least by like a clear margin. So this stuff sort of does matter when getting blitzed. Yeah, so the computer thinks it's a big pass, partly due to the score. This would be, maybe it's still a pass for money, but it'd be closer. And then, so this is too good. It's partly due to the score. Again, I should be like very conservative with taking. So even if he plays on here and things go a little bad, he's probably still has like a good, he's going to still have a good cube and a lot of variations. So this is why this is too good. At 0-0, it would be like pretty marginal, I think. Let's see. It's still a pass at 0-0. I'm wondering if it's too. Okay, so this is a score-based eval. I'm wondering if it's too good at 0-0, and I think it's maybe close, but maybe it's double pass. Yeah, it's close, but double pass. So let's go. Okay, we can explore this a little more. But what's going on here is due to the score, I need to be extremely, extremely conservative when taking a gammonish cube at the score. In other words, I should pass very, very readily. So say he like optimistically plays on here and things go kind of badly for him. Because it's still going to be like pretty gammonish, he's still going to have like a good cube that like he might not have at like 0-0. So I think that's sort of the main difference. Like not only should he double aggressively and I should take conservatively at the score, but he gets to sort of play on a little. He gets to sort of play on a little aggressively. All right, so it does like this. Very close with 24-16. Yep. I mean, I don't like being on the 21 point, being attacked by all these checkers here. But going out of the outfield into a double shot and not playing 13 to 8, those are two like not great things either. So that's why I split, and the computer thinks it's fairly close, which is fine. Yeah, I was happy not to be cubed here. I think I would have probably found the take, but I wasn't 100% sure. And then, yeah, he sort of blows past his market a little bit. Okay, last game. This was a little tricky. Okay, fairly close on this 3-2. Yeah, normally I do like splitting against 6-5 because he's got one man back. I have two men back, so I want to like provoke a little bit of contact, which I usually do by splitting. I thought maybe the score argued a little bit for bringing two guys down, and I think it does, but not enough. You can see like it sort of ups the gammons for both sides to bring two guys down, which I think is an argument for this play at the score. But yeah, it's just not enough to stop you from doing like the normal thing of splitting. 4-3, okay, 3-2. Oh, okay, I was looking at stuff like this, making the 5. It's a little hard for me to see sometimes, but the computer does in fact like making one of these points. I mean, the split play isn't great because he's got this big stack on his 6 point, which isn't much good for priming, but it is good for hitting. So this big stack means you sort of have less incentive to split than usual. I don't know. I just didn't. I mean, computer wants to do this. It does duplicate some of his 6s, right? Like a lot of his 6s make good points on his side of the board, but they also hit and run. So he doesn't have like that many good numbers. I was like close to making this at the time, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. I've definitely seen the computer do stuff like this before, though. Okay, yeah, and he gets like the decent blitz play. And then he conducts the blitz, I think, pretty well. In fact, I didn't see anything. Yeah, 13 to 6 is good. I get this 3-6, 6-1, 2-2. Okay, so it does want to. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Yeah, this is sort of a neat play. The plays I looked at were this play, which I made, and this play, which sort of creates this block. I thought this play was better because, although the structure is arguably worse, I wanted to keep pressure on the midpoint. But the computer finds this like other play, where it's like going to make like a 5' an awful lot. You know, assuming I get missed. Yeah, that's clever. This is like, I mean, the argument is, right, this is the best play for making a 5'. This wasn't even on my radar screen. And you make a 5' here and you basically win. It leaves some fly shots in the outfield and it gets gammon more. And it doesn't matter as much of the score as usual. Again, because you want to like sort of up the gammon. You want to err on the side of upping the gammons for both sides. Interesting. Yeah, this would be a neat play. Yeah, if I saw it, I'm not sure I would have been able to make it. But I sort of get the computer's point. That's a tough play. Okay, so 13 to 4. Okay, got a good cube in here. So only a cube due to the score. This would be like a pretty bad double for like a 0-0, I think. But the fact that I'm 3 away and he's 2 away means I have like a lot of extra incentive to double, especially in a mutually gammonish position. Like, for instance, by doubling, I make his gammons worthless for him. In other words, just they're worth as much as a single win. He doesn't have any recube vig, right? And you know, my gammons still count. And like normally his take point's very high. Like we got even, you know, in addition to those factors. So double take, 6-1. I wasn't sure about this. Okay, good, it's close. Because I like wasn't sure what was going on here. This wins the most. Even when he hits me, he has a hard time escaping. But this wins slightly more gammons, and the computer thinks this wins the decision. Okay, 5-2, and then it wants to hit with. Yeah, I didn't really consider this. I didn't even see this. It's a little bit of a score-based play. Like for money, it probably loses too many gammons. But because a gammon is the same as a single win form, the computer wants to try this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, ones and fours back at me. I mean, it's not a great plan, but neither is my play. This is my play, right? I mean, I'm trying to contain the I'm trying to one contain the back checkers, and two, I'm trying to win a gammon. So I think that's why the computer's going with this sort of shoddy play. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people are finding this play. This seems like a very unnatural play to me. I mean, if I saw it, it's possible I would have made it due to the score, but yeah, it wasn't even. I don't know. It wasn't even on my radar screen. It seems weird to like play 6-1 against the strong board. I don't know. Tough play. Maybe like a top player would get that right, but it's a little bit above my pay grade. And then I just hang back and I just lose the race. All right. Well, that was a good match. In fact, my blunders are. Let's see what happened. Did I just blunder once? Yeah, I just blundered once in this position. That's I don't know. I don't feel too bad about missing this because it's such like an unusual play. Um, I'm trying to figure out how I could have found this play, but I don't know. I don't really know if I realistically could have. Anyways, well, thanks for watching. Yeah, hopefully I'll be back sometime this week. I've been kind of like sick, which is why I haven't been streaming much. But I'm on the mend, so hopefully I'll be back more. All right. Well, cool. Okay, well, take it easy, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time.